Texas-based documentary film crew has chosen Big Sandy as their first stop of their international documentary film project. NACASA Productions is an acronym for North America, Central America, and South America, and those are the regions they'll be stopping at to document ranchers for their film Cowboys Without Borders. Recent University of Texas Austin graduate Gaston Davis was interning at the Texas Department of Agriculture when he was put in touch with Big Sandy rancher Richard Roth of IX Ranch. Davis is a sixth-generation Texas rancher on his dad's side, and his mom's side has owned a ranch in northern Mexico for 70 years. After graduating, Davis also did a several-month stint working on ranchers in Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina. His documentary seeks to capture the definition of what it means to be a cowboy and draw parallels between ranchers in all three of the Americas.
The whole point of the documentary is to show what actually defines and makes a cowboy. And so some things that we're learning is that it's not always how you look. It's not always the belt buckles and the spurs. It's a lot harder than that. And it calls for someone who's willing to make those kinds of sacrifices, to work the long days, and just not many people these days are willing to answer that call.
Davis and his cinematographer have spent the last 4 days documenting the crew take part in fall prep at the IX Ranch in Big Sandy. Their next stops documenting other ranch operations are in Texas, northern Mexico, and finally Argentina. Also in Big Sandy, a new cultural center is housed in the oldest and most historical structure in town. It's only halfway renovated in a space that used to be a grocery store many years ago, but they're already hosting art workshops there. Big Sandy native Doug Giebel started the Big Sandy Cultural Fund a year ago to create a space in the community for arts and education. The fund has received a number of generous donations from Montana corporations. Giebel taught and worked in theater and in San Francisco and New York City for decades before returning to Montana, where he taught drama and writing at MSU Northern and Great Falls College MSU. The center will feature a research library, small movie theater, and sections devoted to influential Big Sandy artists such as Jeff Ament of Pearl Jam.
I spent my life in the creative arts and education, and I thought it's time to give back. And I want to give back to the community where I grew up, in the area where I grew up. And so we've created a place where people can come and experience the kinds of things that I've enjoyed all my life and that I can share with the people of this area.
The center will host a final summer art workshop next Tuesday from 1 to 4, and they'll start holding after-school programs once school begins.